Cornbread. It's the undisputed companion for grill parties. But let's be honest, it usually ends up as a pile of dry crumbs on a paper plate. Something I would have to wash down with copious amounts of radler. There's a better way, there always has been. Today we're creating culinary superiority, individually portioned, and if you like, with a little surprise filling. Focaccia muffins. Und los! Today's recipe starts with the typical ingredients for a focaccia: bread flour, water, salt, and very little yeast. That's not a mistake, that's on purpose, because this is a slow overnight ferment. We are giving this dough 12 to 16 hours time to develop, and time does the heavy lifting. Everything goes into the bowl at once. Salt, yeast, stir a little, add the water. With a focaccia we cannot miss the olive oil, and of course I'm weighing that in directly because I don't want to waste any. Quickly put that on my scale, set it to 0, and it's 40 grams of it. And now we just combine. This dough is intentionally wet and sticky. Your instinct will tell you to add more flour. Tell your instinct to be quiet. The higher the protein content of the flour, the better this recipe works, because it's a no-knead recipe. Bread flour develops a lot more gluten and therefore handles a wet dough better. There, this looks homogeneous. You just keep going until everything is combined. Cover and let it hydrate for about half an hour. If all you have is all-purpose flour, reduce the amount of water by 10 to 15% because all-purpose flour does not absorb as much water due to the lower protein content. 30 minutes later, have a little bit of water ready because that's your anti-stick. This is what the crackety mass looks like. And now we're just doing simple folds. Pull up, fold in. Pull up, fold in. We just go around a couple of times, cover again, repeat in half an hour. Next one, let's do a coil fold. That means go into the center and pull up and put it back down. Again. What I tend to do is what I call a pull and roll. So once we're at that point, I pull it and then roll it up again. There. Cover it and let it sit at room temperature for 12 to 16 hours. That's why we have that little yeast in it. Otherwise, you would end up with a bubbly mess on your counter. Of course, we don't have to wait till tomorrow. I prepared a half-sized batch earlier today. And this is what it looks like. Now we have to be very gentle. We spent half a day creating all these nice bubbles and we want to deflate as few as possible. It's not going to go without casualties though. Well-floured surface. You could put this into an oiled bowl before starting the main ferment. That would make it easier to get it out now. For shaping, we essentially don't need to shape much. We just need to split it up into equal parts. What we do need is a muffin pan. And you want to be liberal with the oil on this one. So this is probably like a quarter teaspoon or so each. You do the oil in a non-stick like this one or in a regular pan because all this olive oil in here is responsible for the final crust. We're essentially frying the dough. Split the dough in approximately 50 gram or close to 2 ounce pieces. I'm actually oiling a plate on my scale here so I can simply weigh them. We will have the classic rosemary and olives on top, maybe a sprinkle of salt. But I promised you a filling and you can essentially put anything you like into this. I wouldn't do things that have a lot of water content because you still want to have a crust. So I'm going to use mozzarella and I've cut this into 1/4-inch cubes. You don't want a large piece of filling in there because most likely you're going to serve this cold. And if you use something like cheese, you just have a huge lump in the middle. All that said, I get a piece here, put that on my hand, and then I just sprinkle a few of those cubes in. So the filling is going to be throughout the dough. Then I'm just folding this in and put it into my muffin tin. The muffin tin makes these individual portions, which is perfect for a barbecue or a grill party or, bringing it to a potluck. Pretty much any event where people are wandering around with a focaccia in their hand. It's also great for kids, nothing better than an oily small piece of bread in their hands. Maybe go with mini muffin trays for that kids party, because otherwise you're going to use a gallon of shout afterwards. Get a few olives on top. I use these green olives and chop them up. There. And then sprinkle a little bit of rosemary over. I'm adding a little bit of olive oil on top. You want this thing generously coated in olive oil. Maybe give it a little dab to push in the toppings and spread the olive oil around. I didn't do the olive oil first because then you create a layer of dough, oil, topping, and the topping won't stick. So get the topping first and then put the olive oil around. I do a tiny sprinkle of salt. Use a coarse sea salt or something you like, a finishing salt, or just leave the salt out. This is what it looks like. Lightly cover them and let them rise for at least half an hour. In the meantime, preheat your oven to around 250 Celsius or 480 Fahrenheit. Go to like 220 to 230 degrees or 450 if you're using a non-stick pan, because you don't want that non-stick coating to start fuming on you. If you're baking several trays, which most likely you will, use the convection oven feature so you can work in 2 layers. Beautiful. Into the oven they go. Unlike other breads, there is no steam needed. This has enough moisture and oil to promote a great crust. Now, as soon as they come out, take them out of the tin so they don't go mushy on you. If olives aren't your thing, sun-dried tomatoes would be excellent. Bacon bits would be nice. Or just some extra herbs. And if you've seen my bread spice video, the Mediterranean bread spice works perfectly with this kind of dough. Flaky crust. The inside is soft, nice and airy as you would expect. So this is the perfect package for your next grill party. Now let's look at one of those filled ones. You can already see the cheese came out on this one. There are little molten cheese pockets in here. They will solidify if you let them cool. But if you are serving these hot, that's even better. Meanwhile, somewhere in the supermarket, they're selling focaccia that was made 6 days ago and is packed into plastic. Perhaps I'm a little bit old-fashioned, but have a little class. This is so easy to make.